Okay, so I can sit here and I can lie to you. I can tell you that I came from the hood, right? I can tell you that I jumped off a bridge. All right, I can tell you that I had a supernatural encounter with Jesus, right? I can tell you all these things. I know it would be more beneficial to my brand. It would probably give me more sales, everything like that. But that's not me. That's not who I am. All right, I'm going to tell you the story for who I am, and I'm going to walk you through everything that has happened to me. Well, most things, all right? Most things that have happened to me. I'm not completely comfortable on the internet yet, but most things that have happened to me, I'm just going to share my story and hopefully help you grow from it, all right? Because this is the whole point of this product, all right? But yeah, I love you guys, and I'm grateful for every single one of you who bought this. All right, let's get into it. So, my story, we have to go back a few years. For those of you who don't know, I assume you all know by now, but I'm 20 years old. All right, I'm 20 years old, and um, where do we go back? I guess we can rewind to my younger days, my pre-teens, going into teens, but I didn't have many friends growing up. All right, I was fat. I have a lisp. You can tell that. I still have a lisp. I have crooked teeth. So I was an easy laughing stock. All right, I was the laughing stock. Now I wasn't bullied by chance. Like I wasn't. I went to a school. I think of 1,000 kids for middle school and high school, and 900, something like that, something crazy big like that. But I wasn't like the guy getting stuffed in lockers and getting wedgies and all that. No, but kids definitely picked on me, right? Because I was fat, chubby, lisp, easy target, and I didn't have many friends. All right, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I have no friends. All right, I have had a group of close friends who I still talk to this day. Sorry, I was thinking. Shout out to all you, but and I also played hockey, so I had friends from hockey. So I had two areas of friend groups, but that's not to say I was Mr. Popular. I wasn't. I had a hard time, and a lot of my friends were either didn't go to my school or they were split up from me. So most of the time I was a loner, didn't have many friends, was just pretty much alone. So if I was getting picked on, it sucks to suck. And what makes it worse is I was dealing with a I don't know if, well, I don't know if Gumroad does that thing or YouTube, but I was dealing with a little addiction like that. We'll do these motions. I was dealing with a little addiction like that. I think I started when I was in 6th or 7th grade, but um, I discovered it. I don't know if that's early or not, but I discovered it at that time, and ever since then I was hooked. All right, I was hooked, man. And I didn't grow up religious. I didn't grow up religious whatsoever. Like I knew of God. We claimed to be Christians, right? But we didn't go to church often. We went maybe once a year on Christmas Eve Mass. We didn't go on Christmas Day. We didn't go for Easter. We didn't go randomly on Sundays. And I actually stopped going to religion. I was in religion classes, which was like once a month. I didn't go to a private school. But sorry, I'm just making sure no one's knocking on my door. But sorry, I had to help my dad with something and get a drink. But where I was going with that essentially is I didn't have many friends, and I just discovered what I discovered my wee wee. I discovered my wee wee, and luckily, hopefully this is high enough. Luckily, I was playing hockey at that time, so and I was hanging out with friends, like going outside and doing a little bit of that stuff. So I was getting a little more active. All right, so I didn't have as much time to do that, but I was still probably doing this 2, 3 times a day before bed, and that was in middle school, so 13, 14. But when I turned, let's skip to high school a little bit. So I go into high school where oh yeah, my parents are divorced. I'm not going to get into my mom's side of thing. That's a whole nother situation. I don't have the best relationship with her, but I'm not ready to air that out on the internet. But we get into high school now. So it's high school. Everyone's going through changes. I'm really worried this isn't high enough. So if you would please forgive me. All right. Hopefully that's a lot better. But so high school starts, right? I'm 14, maybe, whatever the case may be. Still getting picked on, here and there, but nothing too serious. And then COVID happens. Sophomore year, COVID happens. And that's when things really started to get bad. Um, I was at my dad's house in March, right? March. I'm trying to think back. And honestly, those were some of the best years, like best time of my life, but also one of the, looking back on it, probably one of the worst times of my life too, in a weird way. But I had no responsibilities. I was playing Xbox every day. I did a 30-minute workout. I'm not even joking when I say this, I didn't see, besides my family, I didn't go out the stores. I didn't have a car. I didn't have my license. I didn't have any of that. So from March to September, because I think hockey was done too. So March, April, May, June, July, August. 7 months. And I didn't go on vacation that year either. 7 months I was in my house all day. I did a single workout a day for like 30 minutes. Some hit with this black bald dude, Sean something. I can't remember his name. If you guys know, you're a real one for that. But I did that with my family, and that was about it. I was eating the crappiest food known to man, like cereal, combos, stuff like that. Right, I wasn't eating healthy. I was eating a shit ton because all I was doing all day was playing video games with my friends, staying up till 4 a.m. and doing this. And while doing that, I had no responsibilities. I was doing it probably 8, 9, 10 times a day. I'm not even kidding when I say that. All right. And I didn't know what that was doing to my body. And we'll go into depth. So high school starts, junior year. I don't go back to school. All right, I elected to stay online for that year. I finessed my dad out of it. Finessed my dad and stepmom. Dad, stepmom, I don't want to go to school. I'm scared about the COVID, all this and that. I don't want to get sick. Yeah. And yeah, so I finessed them. So I didn't have to go. But I went 2 days a week for some construction thing, but that was a complete joke. But so I still wasn't seeing people that regularly, and school was a joke. I think I was there online 4 hours a day, not even. And yeah, my addiction continued. I continued to do this. I continued to fall into bad habits. Hanging out with friends, doing a little bit of drinking, doing some puffs, trying that sort of shit, just doing stupid shit as a kid. Alright, that happens. Senior year, we go back to school full time, right? Mask off, nothing like that. I'm at one of the lowest points of my life. Alright, I'm fat. I'm crooked teeth still, lisp. Don't know how to talk to people. I haven't socially interacted with people in a year at this point, besides my family and friends, which that was little interaction. I was cooped up in my room all day, and I was a shy kid. I didn't talk to people to begin with, so I wasn't going outside and talking to people or doing any of that. It was really, really bad. I couldn't talk to people. I was so nervous all the time. Add on this, lower my testosterone levels. I didn't want to do anything with my life. All right, and that senior year, I only played hockey on the weekends. So my schedule was go to school, come home because I had early dismissal. So come home at like 12:30 and play Xbox all day or this all day and eat crappy junk food. All right. So that happens. That happens in October, November, December, yeah, all that. And I think prom rolls around. And, shit's starting to get real. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do out of high school. I took construction class in school, so I was like, shit, I guess construction's for me, I guess, if I'm going to have a life, because I didn't think college was for me. I never liked school, and I was like, I think I feel this way because I'm school. Also, keep in mind, I didn't mention this, but all that crap, eating junk food, doing this 10 times a day, not having friends, just being out of shape. My mindset, my thoughts were deep down, very deep down. And prom rolls around, prom ends, school ends, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I feel terrible. I'm doing this 3 times a day, drinking alcohol, all this stuff. And my mind goes to, wait a second. My mind goes to this. I I think I'm missing I think I need a girlfriend. That's gonna make me feel good. I don't feel loved. I don't feel loved by anybody. A girlfriend's gonna fix this. Yeah. Yeah, right. Dumbass me at the time. So what do I do? Because I'm me at that point in my life, I'm not gonna approach a girl. Alright, I'm too shy, I'm too awkward. I don't know what the hell to do. So I decided to download Tinder. Alright. Classic me. At 17 years old. I know. Put the fake. I think I said I was 18, but whatever, because you have to be 18. But I get it. And I wasn't obsessively fat. Alright, I wasn't fat like I was 300 pounds, right? No. But I was a chubby dude. I think I was 180, 190 of just fat rolls. I'm like 170 right now, but like I put on some muscle. I think I'm in pretty good shape. But I was a meatball back then. Alright, I ain't gonna lie. So I go on Tinder. And this is probably around July 2022. I think that adds up, yeah. And let me tell you something. I was on there for a week, 2 weeks, and I could not get one like. One like. You don't know how down bad you are when you can't get one like. Think about it. Not one girl finds you somewhat attractive, decently attractive, because I know there's been times with my buddies and stuff where they'll swipe on girls who are like, no girls finally like, they were probably repulsed by me, bro. Not even the fat girls, because I know there are, and I'm not trying to be mean, but there are whales on Tinder. Genuinely, there are whales on Tinder. 300, 400 pound girl, not 400, I don't think, but like 300-pound girls. Not even them would like me, bro. I was on there, and this is just spiraling under control. I had a sub shop job, and I quit that too because I thought, oh, the sub job is making me feel bad. It's stressing me out. I'll be free without it, right? So, I kind of did that junior and senior year too, by the way. So if I wasn't doing this, playing games or playing hockey on the weekends, I was there. But it still wasn't the best. All right. But this is probably where it gets the worst of the worst. So I can't get a like on Tinder. And then I'm playing Xbox one day with somebody that's of mine. And I can't remember what the hell happens. I genuinely can't remember what the hell happens. But keep in mind, I'm also having very dark thoughts like, no one loves me. I'm a fat piece of shit. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I don't have a purpose in life. I had a construction job lined up, but I had to be 18. I turned 18 in October. So June, July, August, and September, I was just waiting and not doing anything because a lot of my buddies were playing sports, summer sports, getting ready for college, doing all this. So I was pretty much alone that summer too. And I didn't have much money because I quit my job, right? But we're playing Xbox one night, and a really close friend at the time, me and 3 other friends and one of him, and I forget what the hell happens, but I just know some of the kids in there were beefing in the party, the Xbox party, and I think I get thrown in the mix. I don't know why. I don't remember why. I don't remember. I know it's stupid, but I don't remember. And, this kid who I thought was my boy, like he lived 5 minutes from me. He was the only one of my close friends who lived genuinely close to me, who I could see daily. We did a lot of stuff together, and he starts digging into me. Like, I forget what he was, but I know he was calling me fat. He was making fun of my crooked teeth. And keep in mind, probably at this point, I don't keep track, but I probably would have been doing this 4 to 5 times. I have no testosterone at that point. I was poor diet. So, know what I did? When he started digging into me, my boy, my own boy, and it wasn't some jokes like your boys make. No, like he meant that from the heart. And by the way, people who make those jokes, even if they don't mean it, they're thinking it. Alright, when people made fun of me for being fat, but they were like, oh, it's jokes, right? They're really thinking it. like, why, if a guy's a six-pack and I go up and he's like, oh, I'm like, oh, you're fat. No, bro, I wouldn't do that. But if you're actually fat, they're gonna dig at you. Right? They genuinely mean it. But anyways, yeah, so he's digging into me, my own boy, who I thought was close. I think he probably was my best friend at that point. And I did nothing. I just sat there quietly, took it. I didn't even leave the party. I didn't block him. I didn't do anything. I just sat there and took it like a little cuck. Alright, like I was getting blacked. And it was bad. It was bad. So that happened. And at this point, I'm fat, crooked teeth, list, don't have many friends, don't have anyone to talk to, no job, waiting for my next job, very dark thoughts. Just not a good time. Not a good time whatsoever. And one of my best friends betrayed me. So, no girl likes me, all that crap. And I go to bed that night. I remember this vividly. I go to bed that night, and I wake up, and I'm still just like, you know that feeling where you're just like hurt? You're like hurt, like you want to cry, but maybe all the tears are out, or, there's just that pit in your stomach still. I'm just hurt. And something in that day when he crashed out on me, like, betrayed me in a sense, because I haven't talked to him since, really. And that's how you know he wasn't your friend. He didn't reach out, he didn't say sorry, he didn't do any of that. No. And I'm thankful for it. Looking back on it, I'm very thankful for it, because it changed the trajectory of my life. But the day after, I'm hurt, and I'm just thinking, and I remember this, because normally when I get up, I would go and get up in the morning, immediately go on Instagram or TikTok, and bust one before getting out. And I didn't do that. That pit in my stomach, I think I went pissed, and I gave my balls a tug and went to the gym for the first time alone. I had a Planet Fitness membership. I went with my dad sometimes. I went with that kid sometimes, but it was nothing serious. Like, we would go and bounce on the medicine balls, pause, or do cardio. It was nothing serious, and I didn't have the balls to do anything alone. And that thinking, I was just like, I'm fucking tired of this, man. I'm fucking tired of this. I'm fucking tired of being a laughingstock. I'm fucking tired of being fat. I'm fucking tired of no one loving me. I'm fucking tired of all these dark thoughts. I'm fucking tired of don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I'm at least gonna get jacked. And I go to the gym, and I don't remember much, but that's good. And I start going to the gym more, and I start going to the gym more. And after about 2 to 3 weeks, I start loving the gym. And I start loving the gym, and I start watching videos on it. And who do I come across? No other than Alex Eubanks. And I'm like, oh, this guy looks jacked. He looks like Hercules. I'm gonna watch him. And this was 2022, so he was popping off at that time, and he was on his come up, right? And he was not really like this Jesus guy whatsoever, but he incorporated Christ into his thing. And my TikTok, because you know how like when your phones you say something and then it'll pop up on TikTok and Instagram because the phones are listening to you. I genuinely believe that, by the way. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I believe that. So I pop that. I don't know what the hell happens, but he starts showing up on my TikTok feed. And then Christ starts showing up on my TikTok feed. And just like little Bible readings, stuff like that, little prayers, stuff like that. But subconsciously, my feed starts to change. Alright, I was gooning every single day. What do you think my feed's gonna be? Girls shaking ass, softcore porn. But my feed starts to change. It starts to become more Bible videos and stuff like that, and I start looking at it more. And I'm going to the gym, and then I just started that construction job. I'm starting to socialize more, make some more friends, because a lot of my friends are off to college, or they're in high school still, or playing sports, they're all busy. I start to make some friends, I start to make some money, right? I'm on my come up, alright? It's late 2022 now, and I start going to the gym, and then I think December 2022 is when I get my Bible. And yeah, December 2022 is when I start praying, like actually praying, like this stuff, and just talking to God a little bit more. And then I think, fast forward a year, I'm in the gym, I'm making more friends, I'm doing, on self-improvement, I'm reading more books, I'm doing some journaling now, and December 2023 is when I buy my first Bible, and I start learning about Jesus more and start talking to him and start learning everything there is to know about Jesus and start giving my life to him. And there were ups, there were downs, right? There were days where I didn't want to go to the gym. There were days when I embarrassed myself. There were rough days in construction. Those of you who work construction know it sucks. But my life starts to change for the better. And I start developing this relationship with Jesus, and we start connecting with each other. I start feeling his presence. And then fast forward a little bit more, and then August of 2024, so a couple months later, I step in church for like the first time in like years, because we haven't been to Christmas Eve dinner in a while, because some people in my family don't believe in Christ, so we don't really go anymore. And pray for them, by the way. Please pray for my family to be convicted and just see that Jesus Christ is the King and the way. But I stepped first church for the first time ever, and yeah, I start building my business. I'm jacked. Well, not jacked, but I would say I'm in good shape. So over the course of a couple years, I have gone from a kid who has gooned 10 plus times a day at some points, playing video games, not a lot of friends, no purpose in life, walking in life, genuinely having dark thoughts like, I'm pointless, I'm useless, I want to die. Thoughts of like, I don't know what to do with my life, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Things like that, to a guy who has now been saved by Jesus Christ, in good shape, making money with his business, has a purpose, bringing people closer to the faith. And it's been a long couple years. It's been a long life. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm very thankful for it. And I genuinely think, this is just like a summed up version, but I genuinely think if you follow the procedures in this course that I have, because I'm going to teach you everything I did, and it's going to be a sped up version, because like I said, this took me 3 years. It wasn't an easy feat. I didn't wake up one day and changed. I didn't wake up one day and was like, boom, I'm gonna get super jacked now, or I'm super jacked, I'm eating all this clean food, I have the business, I do all this. No, it was 3 years. It took me 3 years to get to the point where I'm at today. And there were a lot of falls when trying to deal with lust and all these bad habits, smoking, drinking, secular music, lying. I was a not sociopathical liar, something like that. I don't know the word. I don't know the terminology. I don't even know why that came out of my life. But I was a liar. I lied every single day for no reason. It was stupid. My buddies would ask me what I ate for breakfast. I had a bagel or something. I would say pancakes. Like stupid stuff like that. Stupid, pointless lies like that just to do it. And it was crazy. And girl thing, at this point in time, I have started to get likes on Tinder, and I fell in love with a girl who, shout out to her, we're not there together anymore. God also taught me lessons with that, which hopefully you'll learn in that one, because I had a lot of not situationships, but relationships I shouldn't have been in, and flings and things like that. But I got the first girl in August 2024, my first, I would classify her as, genuinely head over heels for this girl. And shout out to you. I know you're not watching this, and I hope you're doing well in life. I know we aren't supposed to be together, but yeah, I hope you're doing good. I hope your art's doing good and everything like that. And this is a side tangent. That's a very side tangent, but I started to attract more girls and things like that, and my life genuinely started to change for the better. I started to become a better person, because I also was a mean kid back in high school and middle school. I would make fun of people because I got made fun of, I would dog on people too. I would dog on people behind their backs. Of course, I didn't have the balls to say it to their face, right? But I would call them fat, or like, oh, that girl's a whale, or, be racist, just be openly racist, because why the hell not at that point? My life's a shithole. Why not, instead of trying to fix my life, why don't I take it out on other people? Just stupid shit like that, man. I was a horrible person, horrible life, horrible shape. Everything about my life sucked. like if they were writing a movie about me, I'd probably be, I don't know. It probably would be a really depressing movie, I'm not gonna lie. But the point is, I've been free and I've been saved by Jesus Christ. And over the past 3 years, I've changed my life for the better. And in this course, that's what you get. You kill your old self, basically, die to your old self. We get rid of the bad habits, and we help you find your purpose, get your ascension, and start your new life, basically become rebirthed. And you get the 2 bonus modules as well. I think I'm going to add a 3rd one just because I love you guys, but depending on when you bought this course, you have the one on how to find a God-fearing wife, because I know a lot of people are struggling with that. A lot of people have lost faith at that, which I promise you, don't lose faith. You will find her. Trust me. I know how to do it, and I will help you. And then the one to deal with, like, what's it called? I don't know why it's slipping my mind. There's been a lot of videos recorded today. The one that was like, shit, why is it slipping my mind? It helps you break sins, essentially. It helps you. I can look it up. Give me a second to look this up, because now this is pissing me off a little bit. I can't believe. Oh, I have it in my notebook. I'm sorry, guys. I'm being an idiot. Where is it? I think it's. Dude, I don't know where it is. This is a joke. Cut this out, editor, please. Cut this out. You get how to find a God-fearing wife, and you get the spiritual warfare guide, how to fight demons, break curses, and walk in authority. Because a lot of today's age, and what I started to learn, is that like the devil is all around us, and he is very prominent. And if you don't believe me, just take a look around how lustful this generation is, man. I mean, you watch Love Island, it's literally crazy. But yeah, that's this video. Yeah, and hopefully this course genuinely does help you. And if you need more help, if you want one-on-one help, you know where to find me. Instagram, chris.flanagan_ for one-on-one calls and a mentorship. And I'm not going to charge extreme prices. I'm not here being Sam Millsap. You don't got to pay $10K to talk to me. Alright, I'm genuinely here to help every single one of you guys. Excuse me. And I love every single one of you. I'm praying for every single one of you. And I'm genuinely thankful that you have helped me make my dreams come true. All glory to God, and let's keep growing the kingdom.